I think it relates to the access to information. The access to information on an instantaneous basis that was not there and available when I was just an infant and really became conscious of learning.
It was fabulous to hear him talk about nanotechnology. I think what I have heard about, what really excites me is we won't have air conditioning, we wouldn't have heat. All our clothes will have nanotechnology that will control heat and cooling. So I think that's absolutely fascinating.
I think when I was born in 1943, in elementary school by 1950, there was an air of optimism about how wonderful the future was going to be. And then we had cars with tail fins, which were just these optimistic visions of transportation and the like. I think at age 100, after the terrorist events of the past decade, it's going to be a much more pessimistic world out there, because I don't see things getting better.
I think a lot of it will have to do with the instantaneousness of information, communication, and connections. I think there will be a continuing democratization of not just politics, but of ideas, of ownership, of publishing, so that knowledge and power to some extent will be decentralized as more and more of us have the ability to not just publish our own thoughts, ideas, creations, but quickly connect those and then build off of other people's. So I think the age of the expert is probably going to be something we'll look back when I'm 100 and say, remember when there used to be experts.
Well, after listening to Ray Kurzweil today, I'm actually hoping that they develop the fat diet pills he's talking about. That's one of my greatest hopes.
We conquered the Soviet Union, and now the Soviet Union is backsliding again. And so I think it's going to be a scary place.
Multi-jobs, having more than one career during our lifetime, and people going back to school when they're approaching retirement. And I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do when I retire and what field I'm going to go into next.
So what do you got lined up?
Well, after talking to Peggy, I think I'm going to go into nutrition.
But I'm still alive.
Okay, that's pretty good. How about...
And a lot of other people living to 100.
Our world is changing, but it's changing at an exponential rate.
I think an even more compelling question will be, what won't change from when I was born?
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things. I think many of the underlying human values that have held up through society, through the ages, are those that will still be with us. Things like trust, things like learning, things like appreciation and respect of the fellow man. I hope and pray that when I'm 100, that they will not only still be there, but that I'll be able to enjoy them for decades past that time.
I think I look forward to something that is already happening. It's a profound change in our awareness of cultural difference, not only from place to place, but from generation to generation, so that as individual human beings, we become aware of ourselves as in dialogue with many others who see the world differently, and that we can learn to see the world in new ways.